Hello Gamers World, this is Metro Rules, and welcome back to my journey to play every NES game. Today, we're going to be playing Punch-Out!, one of my favorites. I especially really loved this series once I played the Wii version years ago as a kid. Regardless, this isn't technically where the series started. There were actually two arcade games before this, but this is generally the first Punch-Out! Game people actually remember. Regardless, here we are in this game against our first opponent, Glass Joe from France. The old stereotype being that French people are weak. Like, most of the characters in the game are basically like old stereotypes. And boom! Down one hit. The whole thing about Punch-Out! Is that it's not so much an action game, so much as the whole point of the game is to figure out how to beat each boss. How to beat each opponent while also... It's basically an actual puzzle game, to be honest, in a weird way. As the game is not just about beating the opponents, it's about figuring out how to beat each opponent. As they get more and more complex as you go on, that's what most Punch-Out! Games are about. Huh? Apparently, Mike Tyson, when he actually played Punch-Out!, he actually lost against Glass Joe, which I find hilarious. He's that bad of a gamer, apparently. Even, like, the only other person I've ever seen lose to Glass Joe is my dad. Like, I got my dad to play Punch-Out! For the Wii, and he lost to Glass Joe. Granted, he was using motion controls, but still. Still kind of pathetic to lose to Glass Joe in any Punch-Out! Game, regardless of circumstances. Unless it's like the Title Defense Glass Joe. Then there's no shame in it at all. Because Title Defense Glass Joe in both the arcade Punch-Out! And in Punch-Out! For the Wii is pretty freaking tough. I lost to Glass Joe in the Title Defense mode. Anyways, we're going to our second opponent. Von Kaiser. From Germany. I guess, like, there's an old stereotype that Germans are, like, militant. Even though it hasn't really been true since, like, the 40s. Whatever. He's the second opponent, so he's not much tougher than Glass Joe. Oh. Huh. The thing with Von Kaiser, is you can get a star. Oh, lost that star. See, sometimes you punch an opponent at a certain point, you get a star. Like there. And a star can be used to perform a powerful star punch. In the Wii version, you can actually charge up multiple stars to get a more powerful star punch. That is not how it works in this game. Each star is worth one punch. You can't, like, build up three of them. The thing with Von Kaiser is if you star punch him while he's stunned, he immediately goes down to the mat. Oh boy. Boom! Come on. Back down. Let's get back up. Alright, let's continue. If an opponent gets up on the 1 count, a star punch will immediately send them down to the mat regardless of how much health they still have left. And that's Von Kaiser. Pretty freaking easy. Some say he's actually might almost be easier than Glass Joe. Alright, time for the title bout in the minor circuit. We're almost there. Oh, to the major circuit, I mean, at least. Sakura no komi wa. Alright, let's go. I think that's how it goes. Whatever. Oh boy. No. Piston Honda, or Piston Hondo as he's known in the Wii version. He's not that tough. Huh? Dodge? No boy. Get right timing. Oh boy. Come on, get the timing right. There we go. If you punch him at the right, I think if you use the right kind of punch him at the right time, when he's supposed to use his piston rush, or the Honda rush, whatever it's called, you instantly knock him down. Alright, let's go. Huh. 2 stars? Boom! And he's down and out. I'm not quite out yet, but still. I forgot that was my second knockdown, not my first. My third, I mean. Alright. First. Oh boy. If you get punched in this game, I think it also works the same way in Punch Up for Me. If you get lost, you lose a star. If you get punched, you lose a star. There we go. Got the timing right, and he's down and out. Perfect! Alright. Now moving on. First of all, a little cutscene. This cutscene became fairly infamous to me and my cousin because of a certain YouTube video a few years ago. They used a word I'm not gonna say here. I'll just essentially look like Nana or whatever. Nana stole my bike. Nana stole. Buddy stole my bag. Buddy stole my bag. Buddy stole my bag. Buddy stole my bag. I'm telling Mario likes playing Animal Crossing New Horizons, you wouldn't know it. Alright, time for the first part of the major circuit. Don Flamenco. Fun fact about Don Flamenco, all of the boxers in this game, except for one, have a body double, and essentially meaning that they are pal swap / head swap with another boxer. For Don Flamenco, he's a pal swap of Glass Joe. They just took Glass Joe's sprite, body, put his head on top of it, and changed the color of the skin. It's to save space in the cartridge. That's why they did that. It's to save space in the cartridge. You only had so much space to work with. Which is why games were particularly long back then. Hold on, the right timing. Boom. He's down. Don Flamenco is really easy. I heard some people consider him easier than Glass Joe. Wouldn't say that much, but he is pretty easy once you know what to do. He fights pretty much the same in the Wii version. As his main gimmick is that he taunts you and he won't attack you until you... At first, he won't attack you until you attack him when he's taunting. Now it's time for King Hippo. He's the aforementioned only boxer in the game to not have a body double. He's the only fatso in the entire cast, I guess. Alright, he's also the first boss you actually need to use strategy for. Previous bosses you could have beaten by just playing well, but this boss requires you to punch him in the face when he opens his mouth. Doc Lewis hints at this, saying to make him close his wide open mouth. Ah, darn it! I can't believe I got knocked down for the first time by King Hippo. I guess there's worse bosses to be knocked down for the first time by. Huh? It took me a while to figure out how to beat this guy in the Wii version. Because in the Wii version, he's the first boss. Like, the Wii version, a lot of the bosses in this game, you have to counter-punch them. You have to counter-punch them instead of, like, actually, like, dodging their punch and then counter-punching. You have to interrupt their punch with a punch of your own. And he's the first boss you actually have to do that to, and you can't just dodge and counter-punch with. In both this and the Wii version. I don't think you have to counterpunch as much in this game as you do in the Wii version. By counterpunch, I simply mean like punch them when they're running up for a punch. Not like dodge and counterpunch, whatever. In the Wii version, they don't even bother counting down, because King Hippo never gets up once you knock him down. He doesn't even have a sprite for getting up. Let's see here. Let's move on to ranked number 1 in the major circuit, Drake Tiger. Let's go. I often call him Giant Tiger. Giant Tiger is the name of like a grocery store chain here in Canada. Oh boy. Oh boy. Boom. Oh boy. Huh? Oh boy. Oh, that wasn't good. Come on. Oh, that worked. Nah. Last time I attempted to record this, I never got past Great Tiger. Let's see if I can this time. Boom! Alright. Oh boy, that was good. Oh boy. Oh, good lord. Good lord. Oh boy. There we go. I was never run out of hearts in the Wii version, but in this version I tend to do that quite often. I'm much better at the Wii version than this game. Because these games are all learning the boxers and their patterns. That's what the Puncher games are all about. They're all about learning the boxers and the patterns and how to best deal with each one. Don't be charmed by his magic punches. Beware my tiger punch. He didn't even use the tiger punch in that first round. And now he has a concentration, which was saying some good in the fact that, speaking of which, he's a pal swap of Von Kaiser. Speaking of how all the boxers are pal swaps of another boxer, except for King Hippo. He's the only completely unique boxer in the game. One punch sends right back to the map if you punch him by perfectly blocking his magic punches. Oh boy. Punch him. If you punch him, like, yeah, if you block your punch, you immediately dodge. That's something I learned. Oh boy, I'm not gonna talk about this. Oh, I don't have to punch! I can't punch because I have the hearts! That I can punch him. So that's too late. Well, that didn't work. Come on. Oh, I lost. Big magic. Knockout. Darn it. I lost. I lost on Jeopardy, baby. Try this again. You get 3 lives each circuit, and if you lose, you have to start the whole circuit over. You lose all the next circuit, whole circuit over. This is also a thing in the Super Nintendo Punch-Out game, but it's not a thing in the Wii version. Ah, should've. Oh, that didn't work. I didn't punch him. Oh, I should've. Oh, blah. Come on, I gotta get better at him. Come on. You press select between rounds, you're able to get healed, but you only do this once per match. Which means, since there's only maximum 3 rounds, that means that if you don't use it in round 2, you might as well use it in round 3. If you don't have that much health missing. Oh, son of a bitch, why am I doing so badly? Get up, little Matt, get up. Just focusing. Oh, that was stupid. That was stupid. I should have punched him in the face, not the torso. Ugh. I lost again. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Mamma mia, Santa Claus went into space. I don't have to pay the taxes. Oh. Go one more chance. Oh, and get sent back. Get sent back because I lost so much trust where you also get sent back to the previous ones. Oh boy. Okay, Nemo. Oh boy. That was stupid. He only takes he hits really hard. Like a real hippo. Real hippos cannot be freaking hurt. Also, real hippos are not fat at all. They're actually only 2% body fat. They're almost entirely freaking muscle. They have 2-inch thick hide. Why am I not done with it? Come on. Come on, ga. Alright, let's fight this guy again. Hopefully we'll win this time. When he stops doing that punch attack, that's when you know you can start doing the dodging and punching game. Part of the fun of major part of the difficulty in each puncher game is trying to figure out how to beat each boxer. As each one, if you use the same strategy each time, you should probably win. If you get the right strategy, beat them at least. Yeah, this strategy combined with reflexes. How to beat them. That's why I love Punch-Out so much, and why there's like multiple indie versions of Punch. You know how like many indie games are basically the idea behind them is that they will make another game of my favorite series or do it myself. Well, there's several of those for Punch-Out. There's like Thunder Ray is one of them, which I think is pretty good. Powder Box is a really interesting one. It's like mostly a first-person adventure game that happens to have Punch-Out style boss fights. This is really cool. Then there's alright, time for the dodging and countering game. Oh. Boom! Favorite. Alright, one more knockdown. Come on. I can do this. Darn it. Get up, little Mac. Oh gosh, darn it. Like, what the hell was the attack, Lloyd? I got hit by the first attack and I couldn't help but get hit by the rest of them because my hit stun was too cool quick for my hit stun to really do anything. Oh, darn it. Kid is no match for a tiger. Come on. Oh boy. If we get to round 3, it's very difficult to win by decision this game. You need to have quite a few points in order to win by decision. And some bosses you just crap can't win by decision at all against. Like, I think Bull is one of them. It just makes you feel like he's paying off Mario. Every Mario. I saw an entire video series back in 2000, mid-2010, or late 2000s, around the time when, like, everyone who did any video on YouTube was called an Angry Video Nerd ripoff. There's this guy who did a series called Video Game Assholes, where he basically just talked about really jerkish characters in video games, and one of the episodes was on referee Mario. Good lord. Although, to be fair, the guy's humor was very Angry Video Nerd-esque. Or at least trying to be. Oh great, I picked a new instead of just starting from continue, whatever. It won't take me long to get past Mario Circuit. Sides up. See, yeah, one thing a lot of people don't seem to realize about the Angry Video Nerd is that in order to be funny, the Angry Video Nerd, you can't just say profanity. The profanity has to have some kind of meaning or joke behind it. Something even James Rolfe himself seemed to forget in later episodes. Like, there's a joke behind it. The joke wasn't that he used profanity, it was how creative he was with the way he used it. And how, like, the emotion he put into it. It wasn't just the fact that he was saying lots of profanity that was funny. That's what a lot of people that imitating the Angry Video Nerd didn't seem to get. Huh. Like in the Game Grumps video on Mickey Mousecapade, which is one of the few Game Grumps videos I actually like, they did a whole thing making fun of the Angry Video Nerd's copycats. Yeah, up on the 1 count, so I can knock him down with another Star Punch. Because if an opponent gets up on the 1 count, a Star Punch will send him right back to the mat, regardless of how much health they have left. And here's Glass Joe. The French Fool. Glass Joe. Ah yes, Von Kaiser, the Deutsch Bag. I love that insult for a German. To insult a German, I call them a Deutsch Bag. I freaking love that. I got that idea from Team Fortress 2, and that's one of the scouts' victory lines has him call against, like, domination lines against the medic, has him call him a Deutsch Bag. I think it's absolutely freaking hilarious. Boom. Mr. Von Kaiser. Kaiser von Sticky Buns. Yeah, because a Star Punch against him will immediately send him down the mat. Just to basically sort of tutorial how to use the Star Punch. Even though I don't really need to use it to beat him, but still. He gets the infinite combo. Boom. Sweet! Alright, now for Piston Honda again. Piston Honda. Alright, let's go. I want to at least see if I can make it past Great Tiger. I want to see if I can make it past him. because I know who's after him. I believe the next champion is Bald Bull. Bald Bull's a champion of the major circuit, I think. Either him or Mr. Sandman. No, I think you fight Bald Bull twice, and they wouldn't have you fight him twice in one circuit. So yeah, he's definitely the champion of the major circuit. And the second fight with Bald Bull is considered to be the second hardest fight in the game, next to Mike Tyson and Mr. Dream himself. Yeah, the second fight with Bald Bull is considered to be among the hardest fights in the game. Maybe even harder than the final fight against. Then not quite as hard as the final fight against Mike Tyson as Mr. Dream, because that's like a whole other level. From what I've heard, I never actually attempted to fight Mike Tyson and Mr. Dream. The only way I'll ever attempt that is if I actually get to him myself. I know I could just get to the fight by using a password, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get into him the old-fashioned way, by actually playing my way through the game. And if I get to him, I do want to eventually try to see if I can beat him. But I've heard he's like considered one of the hardest final bosses in video game history for a reason, I believe. Because I know about the fight. I know that he starts off like the crazy fury punches that are almost impossible to dodge. Each one knocks you down in one hit. But if you survive that, it's not that bad. There we go. Body blow at the right time, knock him right down. TKO. Sweet! Yeah, I said before, the fights against the fights in Punch-Out are not. They are skill-based, but they're also based around learning the opponent's patterns and learning how to what techniques work and what techniques don't in certain times. That's what Punch-Out bosses are all about. And I freaking love Punch-Out games. Like, besides Thunder, there's also a game called Big Boy Boxing, which basically looks like a combination of Punch-Out with Cuphead. Because they straight up say that those are two main inspirations, are Punch-Out and Cuphead. It doesn't quite look like a 1930s cartoon, but it's similar to Cuphead in the way that the bosses evolve as you fight them. It's similar to Cuphead in the way the bosses evolve as you fight them. There we go. You just have to punch left, right to knock him out. Because he won't stop being stunned until you make a long punch. Very easy. There we go. Go toe-to-toe with Flamenco. Funny fact, in the Wii version of Punch-Out, he's voiced by a Spanish dub actor that's known for voicing characters like Quagmire from Family Guy. Yeah, he's voiced by the Spanish voice actor Quagmire from Family Guy. That worked well. That worked. There it goes. Now it's time for Big Boy Boxing. Thing is, like, the arcade Punch-Out games didn't have as many characters in these games. How many fights are in this game? Let me count. Alright, I think think each circuit has like one additional fight for the previous one. So there's 3 fights in the minor circuit, 4 fights in the major circuit. Go. Go. Oh boy. Boom. Boom. Come on. Boom. Concentration mode. What the hell? Oh, how did I not block that? For sakes. I can't do this right now. Alright, I think that's been 30 minutes. I think that's enough. I'll call this an episode here. I'll call this a video here. I'll give this game an S. It is absolutely superb. In fact, if we're going to go by Pizza Tower rules, I'd give this game a P. P, okay, let me explain. An S is a game I think is absolutely amazing. A P is a game I consider to be in the top 10 games of that system. Like that's, yeah. And for this game, I say this is definitely a P. This is one of the 10 best games in the. Because if I had to list the top 10 NES games, I'd easily put this game on the list. I love it. This is Dimension Rule saying ciao.